So you're weighing out the options of buying a home this year and are curious the true reasons why it may just not be the year for you. This video is mapping out 9 of the top reasons why it may just not be beneficial for you to buy this year and potentially hold off and purchase come 2027. Hi, my name is Jessica Arguello. I am a Colorado realtor serving clients just like you each and every day when it comes to home purchases as well as selling the home. If you are interested or in need of my services, I will list my information down below. Starting off strong with number 1, high mortgage rates. Although mortgage rates remain historically elevated compared to ultra early years like pre-pandemic or pandemic rates in 2020, it still does affect affordability. Although rates are significantly down and we're seeing buyers being locked in around the high 5s or even the low 6%, there still is ultimately going to affect you when it comes to your total purchasing power as well as your comfort level when it comes to that all-in mortgage and month-to-month payments. Number 2, we're talking about slower home appreciation numbers and how this is going to affect potentially selling it down the road. While home prices are steadily growing, the trajectory of the rates is much slower compared to pandemic years. We're seeing a very modest appreciation as well as current inventory, and just understanding that it ultimately just may take you a little bit longer to build equity than in past and previous markets. Understand that it just may take a little bit longer to even break even when it comes to selling and considering the cost as far as buyer co-ops and fees associated with selling your home in potentially 2 to 3 years. Number 3, upfront and ongoing costs. Listen, buying a home involves significant transaction costs such as closing costs, agent commissions, as well as taxes, plus ongoing expenses once you begin to maintain and occupy the property like taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, and even possible transfer HOA fees and stuff like that. These ultimately can affect home affordability and what that looks like when it comes to your mortgage and calculating that all out on a month-to-month basis. Number 4, let's talk about price corrections and shifts within specified markets. While nationwide crashes aren't widely predicted for 2026, some markets could potentially see some prices stagnate and even some small declines going into 2026. So buying at a time where we are seeing such a shift with the market may not be ultimately the best thing for you and the best bang for your buck. Number 5, inventory and local market variability. While inventory is improving, it is still relatively low in a lot of the Denver metro and densely populated areas. And in certain markets, there is some tight supply. So you potentially may foresee competition coming up in the spring market when it comes to limited options, as well as potentially inflated prices depending on the specific home that you're looking for. Maybe it just hit the market, and even potentially leveraging and getting concessions. So that's definitely something that you can consider and a talking point as well. So in earlier years, 2025, we were seeing buyers being able to negotiate and leverage list price, offset purchase price with concessions or asking for a large amount. And in 2026, I just don't really foresee that. I think we're seeing a lot of sellers pricing their home a little bit more intentionally, and buyers just aren't playing around anymore. So we're gonna see a lot of homes be coming off the market a lot sooner. Number 6, owning a home and ultimately the responsibilities that come with owning it. Owning a home means you're responsible for a number of things like repairs, maintenance, yard work, and other upgrades that you may have not thought of. These costs over time can truly just become a burdensome, especially if you're not prepared for them. So this could ultimately and ideally be the best case for you if you're looking at renting and not wanting to worry about those costs. So if you don't want that hassle, renting may just be for you. Number 7, long-term commitment and understanding how buying a home really doesn't allow you the opportunity to sell it immediately without losing money. because it's an investment. Just understand that appreciation right now is slower and transaction costs are heading up with less leverage and the market shifting. Many buyers may need to stay in the home longer to be able to recoup their investment, like the down payment and even closing costs when it comes to selling a home. Other costs associated with selling a home, like buyer and seller co-op fees. So if your plans are really uncertain as far as the trajectory of your next 3 to 5 years, this can definitely be something that I would encourage you to take a step back and consider before just purchasing a home come the new year. Number 8, financial risks and how over leveraging, and understand ultimately that if you max out your mortgage and all that you qualify for can ultimately strain your budget and financial stability, especially if your income and circumstances may change or you foresee maybe a job shift, a baby on the way, and how that shifts going into 2026 and 2027. I would maybe consider renting or just understand how that will shift into your mortgage payment and all of that. Number 9, last and best, renting might just not be for you. And renting is just better fit for some lifestyles. While many people think buying is ultimately the best case scenario often and always, renting can potentially outweigh that when it comes to responsibility, long-term debt, and high costs that come with purchasing. So if you're considering potentially a job change, a personal life shift, these can crucially change, just make better sense for you to rent come the new year. If you're considering purchasing a home this upcoming year, I'd love to be considered. Reach out if you have any questions. I will list my information down below. And if you have any thoughts, do you think it's better off to rent in this market in 2026, especially in a state like Colorado where the market is so volatile, especially if you're looking in the Denver metropolitan area where it is so densely populated? I'd love to know. Reach out and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.